Okay, so I'm just gonna start. I Even though I was pissed off yesterday, I still wanted to get it. I ran it again this time, uh, knowing that I had to reserve my cryo characters for the end. So with 8 hours to spare, I managed to get the final tier. Uh, yeah, yeah, this is the one I did. So obviously, as you can see, it sucked. Um, I only got 5 of 10 stars, so that's important. Um, Like whereas like if you look at the previous ones, like you see 9, 9, 6. I forget what was the sixth one for? Oh yeah, freeze teams were kind of shit. They just it's uh, yeah, and like doing pretty well. And it was just hard mode back in the day before they had anything else. Um, so this is the worst performance I've ever done, and this time I was actually really close. Like my Skirk was level 80, so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna spend. And normally I do my weeklies first, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna spend my today's resin on just getting Skirk maxed, like leveled her up. So I just got her level 90, ascended her skill up to 10, maybe I forget, maybe 10. I think I did it up to 10. Um, so she's level 90 at 10. She doesn't have a great artifact. She has only a two-piece of her own personal set, and two-piece gladiator, so just attack percent, fire damage. Nothing crazy. But this time, um, so before I just had Ayaka and Ayaka, Shenhe, and Escoffier, and I used them. This time I was like, you know what? I got Skirk pretty early on, and I got Escoffier pretty early on, and I just did not use them at all. Like they fought the final boss with 2 stamina points. Like I didn't even use them for at one instance at all. I used up Ayaka, so I got Ayaka early. I used her up in similar instances where I was like, okay, I need a free steam. Same for Furina. I just kept her in reserve. Like so, Skirk, Scoffier, and Furina both had 2 stamina going into the final boss because I'm like, you know what, I have to have them for the final boss. But one thing I did notice though is that the buff, the cryo dendro buff was actually not that bad. Uh, this time, like, so before I was so disdainful of cryo, I was so pissed off that they chose cryodendro because they don't naturally react. The effects that they did for cryodendro were really interesting. I'm like, oh, okay. So there actually was some utility around it. So I'm like, okay, I guess, like, fine, sure. Like, it it does open up. It does allow them to do some extra shit. It does allow them to be like, you know what? Here are some elements that don't typically react, but when you do have them together, we're going to add this bonus reaction. We're essentially going to create a reaction unique to this. Now, I generally don't like this for the obvious reason of like, oh, okay, so you've added this reaction, but it's like you realize this reaction doesn't exist in the real world, which means no one's practiced it. No one's used teams that like no one's used. There are no cryo dendro teams out in the game. No one's practiced with cryo characters and dendro characters simultaneously because there's no synergy between them. So you're just saying, hey, we added this new reaction. Here you go. Like we added this new reaction and a tough challenge, so you're probably going to fail. I dislike the idea that you're just gonna like you're setting up people to fail. You're setting up people that they have to rely on these reactions that they have no experience with whatsoever to try to like maximize and get further down. So that I did not like. Um, but I went back in knowing I had to have Skirk, and like the final boss was fucking easy as fuck with Skirk. Like it literally did not even do any. Um, as you can see, I got the Star Stella for it. It's so fucking easy because it literally did not attack. I had, I had Furina, Escoffier. So Escoffier did her skill, Furina did her skill and burst, Shenhe did her burst, Skirk did her skill, and then just consistently kept on attacking over and over and over again. And then I had to do a rotation around again, and Skirk did her skill again, and then killed it. It was doing so much fucking damage. It was so fucking easy. And I mean, as I said before, one, this boss is really annoying simply because of how annoying it is. That, I mean, obviously, simply because it just requires cryo and only cryo. You have to do shitloads of cryo to it, um, which is weird. Like no other teams really revolve around just doing shitloads of cryo other than freeze teams. Freeze teams are the only ones who are like, yeah, we're going to output a shitload of cryo attacks because we need to keep all enemies frozen. So we need to be constantly afflicting them with hydro and cryo to keep them frozen. And they're the only teams, but those teams kind of fallen by the wayside because they aren't super helpful. So, and then coupled with the fact that there are no cryo hydro bonuses in this realm, um, at all. Now you could like I could have thrown in I could have thrown in Dendro, I could have thrown in Electro to use their reactions instead, but you still need like a bunch of cryo. And realistically, I could have had Skirk, Escoffier, and like Dendro or Skirk, Escoffier, and Electro for the buffs that this game is giving you. But the problem is that Escoffier and Skirk both get massive bonuses the less non-cryo hydro party members are in the team. So if there's no cryo hydro party, like if there's only cryo hydro party members in the team, Escoffier gives a massive resistance reduction, and I think Skirk gets extra serpent subtlety for every freeze reaction that is being triggered. So you just want a lot of by other team members actually. So you need other members that can trigger those things for extra serpent subtlety, so you can stay in your skill mode longer. So it's just like, or her kit revolves around only having cryo and hydro team members, and so does Escoffier. So it's just like it does not work well with the fact that you're gonna have using these other bonuses. And now you could argue that maybe those bonuses make up for the fact of the loss of those additional things, but still, um, it's just an instance where you release characters you're clearly trying to encourage people to use, but put them at odds with the mechanics or the bosses of the fight, right? Like that boss would have been fine if you had, cryo, hydro, and some other element, and had some cryo, hydro, some freeze team buffs specifically, and be like, cool, yeah, you'd be freeze team. So the fact that they didn't, and it was something else completely, it's like, I get why, because last month was different because they had Escoffier get released. So it's like, okay, I get it, right? You had Escoffier released, sure. So you want to have one that boosts her, but it's still just kind of like frustrating when you're gonna screw us over like that. It's like, and so they just didn't want to have like 2 cryo hydro bonuses back to back, which is like, you still should have, like, or just not have that boss, right? Just not have that boss, like, because if you, I don't know if it was free, I don't know if it was not moving because I was applying cryo to it, or if it actually can be frozen, I forget. Either way, not a great boss. It's fine. There are party members there are teams that can do it, but it's just for people who maybe like, because like the whole point of Imaginarians is that anyone's supposed to be able to do this, right? But what if you've never gotten to Natlan? What if you've just started playing the game, and you're maybe you've gotten far enough, and you're in Sumeru, and you have all level 90 characters, and you're all good, but you just haven't gotten around to the story in Natlan, and haven't fought that boss before. Like you're just not going to know that you need cryo, and when the only warning for it is, oh yeah, cryo is recommended. It's like you think, oh okay, sure, like I'll just use some other cryo. It's like no. When we say cryo is recommended, we mean cryo is 100% absolutely necessary to beat this boss. If you don't have it, you will 100% lose. Also, you need to apply a shitload of cryo. So, like, if they can't apply consistent cryo constantly, then they're useless. You need to be able to apply multiple hits of cryo, which, to be fair, lots of cryo people can do this, but like Shenhe doesn't do enough. Her burst does it, but like her skill is just a single hit of cryo, and you need shitloads more. Her burst is fine because it does constant hits, but then you're out of your burst, and once you run out of your burst, she can't be used. Chi-Chi's kind of okay because her skill keeps doing it, but it's not enough. Like you need her skill to hit like 2 to 3 times more and faster for it to like do what you need it to do. So it's like there's just so many. Like you'd have to have like Charlotte and Risley to to do it well. And obviously, like Ayaka, Ayaka is the perfect one because she can always do lots of cryo hits no matter what. You just go into her, you just do her little dash, and she'll reinfuse her blade with cryo. So you can always do it. So Ayaka's like the perfect one for it. And Skirk is pretty good too because her skill lasts for such a long time. But yeah, not a great boss, and it definitely is not new player friendly, especially if you haven't gotten to that boss before. And it's just so finicky, where you can only use one element, and even of that element, only certain characters can apply the amount of cryo you need to actually do the boss's mechanic properly. Because it's constantly charging up its gauge, and you have to be constantly smacking it with cryo. So, like, sure, like, you can kind of alternate. You could have, like, a Shenhe, you could have a Rosaria. Both of their bursts apply lots of hits. Actually, I don't even know if it applies enough hits frequently enough. Because it's like the kind of thing where you can multi-stack, but you need, like, consistency as well after your bursts are up. So, anyway, let's get into this, because I can't actually redeem the 2 keys I earned until I use up my stock. I had saved them. I could have gotten Chi-Chi and Diluc, but I thought, I wanted to save them just in case they introduce a new character I prefer, and I prefer these 2 characters much more. In fact, I use Raiden all the fucking time. And now I'll obviously with the, oh, I can unlock them. I don't even have to, oh, well, shit, I wouldn't have streamed that then if I knew. The only reason I was streaming is because I thought I had to redeem, I thought I had to get her Envisioned Echo to use up the keys. I didn't realize it just unlocks it. Okay. Okay, so Thunder Surges. Okay, I guess. Oh, I see. It's giving me the timer for when it goes off. Okay. God damn it, are you fucking kidding me? That is such fucking trash. Like, it's so fucking... This is such a fucking annoying boss for this shit. Where it's like, hey, you have to beat the boss. Oh, and by the way, you only have these brief moments of opportunity to do so. Oh, and by the way, we've given the boss an invulnerability phase. Because who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love a time thing where you have to do all your damage within the limited window, but also your window could get fucked? Yeah, I think I fucked that up. I think I need to have my window up at the time. And that fucking, like, a shield at the end! Like, are you kidding me? You put a fucking shield up? How are you supposed to beat this? Like, seriously, how am I supposed to win at that? Like, it's like, I fucking hate using Sarah. You know why I don't have Sarah in my team at all? Because I fucking hate using her. I fucking hate her. She sucks so fucking much. It is so fucking annoying to use her. Because it's like you have to use her skill, then aim your charge shot into the ground so it hits you, so you get a bonus, and you have to fucking do that all the fucking time. It's so fucking annoying to do that. It's like really fucking annoying. That's why I never fucking use her in the same team. So why the fuck are you forcing me? And like, what a fucking bullshit boss to do this with, right? What a fucking piece of shit boss to decide to do this with, where you're like, hey, this is a boss where you only have this amount of time. It goes fucking invulnerable, and you have no fucking clue where its core is, because everything collapses around itself. Like, I don't know where the fucking core is, so I waste time finding it, and then even after I fucking attack it, it puts a shield up for another brief fucking second before bringing its core, its parts back to itself. It's like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Not only are you invulnerable, I have no fucking clue where, like, it's a random fucking piece, so there's time wasted finding the part that I need to destroy. Then there's time wasted getting back to the fucking core, wherever the fuck that is. Then there's another bit of time wasted as you fuck me over even more by putting a shield up at the last 10 seconds of the fucking thing. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Jesus fuck. So fucking dog shit.
豆立ち去れ我が命を聞きたまえ念の表像神里流消滅律令に従え連気過信おとなしく捕まれ念の表像牽引全表具現せよ封印厳剣桜吹雪失礼それすにゃっはっ念の表像救急如律令よ表層よ決心となれおとなしく捕まれ
Jesus, fuck, that was so annoying. Like, I keep trying to fucking swap to them, but because they fucking only had 4 characters down on the D-pad didn't go to a fucking character, which fucking interrupted everything. The fact that you can't change the order of your fucking things means your characters aren't at the spot you always put them. Ayaka has always ever been top. Always been up on the D-pad is where Ayaka is, but they're like, nope, we fucking made Shona first, so she's up top. And it's like I fucking keep trying to fucking swap to these fucking characters. They don't fucking swap when I tell them to. They don't fucking do the abilities when I tell them to. It's like, Jesus, fuck, that's annoying. But that was more mechanical. That was like, shit. Like, you fucked us over by making the challenge annoying because you designed the system stupidly. The Raiden one was just fucking insane. Like, I have no fucking clue how I'm supposed to do this. Because, like... maybe that's it. Maybe I'm supposed to... like, what's really fucking annoying about this is that obviously the fact that they give you Sarah means you're supposed to use Sarah, right? Obviously that's the case. You're supposed to use her. And she is a good... she does pair well with her because of the buff. But the problem is, she sucks so much donkey dick, and if no one fucking wants to use her, then stop fucking force... like, if I can pick anyone, literally anybody, but this one, it would be fine. Literally anybody with Sarah would have been cool. Obviously, well, it's still Electro, obviously, because you need to... like, if it was Kuki, if it was anybody fucking else, the fact that it's forcing... the fact that they designed the fight around that is such trash. And this boss is such fucking trash! Hey, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna give you a boss that constantly fucking runs away! Who doesn't fucking love that? A boss that constantly fucking runs. Why are you not taking damage? Oh my fucking god, you fucking give it... god, fuck off! What the fuck is wrong with this fucking game? Are you fucking kidding me? Why would you design a fucking... why would you make that the fucking boss? The one where it's fucking inconsistent as fuck, where it's constantly fucking being invulnerable as it runs the fuck away, summons fucking ads, which are fucking also invulnerable. It's like designed to fucking waste your time in a fucking time trial. Who the fuck thought this would be a good idea? Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is wrong with this bullshit? Like, it appeared, I'm like, oh cool, it's right next to me, I can start attacking. No, you can't! It's fucking invulnerable! Why is it invulnerable? Like, why would you, like, not only can I not attack the main boss, you've given it, like, because of the 5 seconds of animation between him, like, oh, whoops, I'm breaking apart. And then it's like, oh, look, find your guy. Oh, look, wait 5 more seconds to fucking wait till he's actually invincible. And then he picks the one fucking piece of shit that also becomes invulnerable as it goes underground and pops back up. The fucking thing is designed to fucking waste your fucking time. It's such fucking trash. The person who thought of this was fucking retarded. Like, it's so fucking bullshit. To force you into a pile of fucking shit characters you don't fucking want to use or get any fucking choice for, as they give you the most fucking annoying boss to do on a time trial. It's like giving you the way knot and be like, hey, here's the way knot. You have no fucking bow characters. Good luck. You know, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with us fucking people? Why the fuck would you think this is a good idea? Like, because it relies on luck. You know? Are you lucky enough that when the core just falls apart, that the piece you need to hit is close? You know, so you can get to it and back to the boss quickly enough? Are you that lucky? Or are you not? You know? It's so fucking dog shit. It's too reliant on luck. That's the problem.
見切りました。動くな。よっ、よっ、はっ、さっ、ひゅっ。せっ、裁きの雷。せっ、そこ。はっ、ふん。ここより弱滅の時。はっ、とっ、ふん、さっ。投降しろ。最後の警告。来戦。雷に。捧ぐ。俺が守るよ。それ。やって無我の境地。ふん。やっはっ。ふっ。へったっ。ふっ。はっ。ふん。そこ。動くな。それ。法の裁きを受けてこい。助立ち参上。ここより弱滅の時。やっはっせっしはっせっふんはっせ見切りました。浄土を開口せし永遠なる鳴神なりつば炎の盾武器を捨てろ。これは必要稲光すなわち永遠なりせそこふっはっ
God, that was fucking dog shit. That was such fucking dog shit. That was so fucking badly designed. Like, it's like, hey, you have to do all your damage in a burst window. Hey, guess what? We've given you a boss that randomly flies up into the air and is invulnerable. When does it happen? Oh, what a shock! During your burst window. Like, it'd be one thing if it was like, you have, it, like, from the first hit, maybe, you get a burst window. Like, oh, when this phase starts, your first hit will trigger a burst window. That'd be fine. Sure, you could still get unlucky and get a hit off as it's flying away. Sure. But you could actually stop yourself as well and be like, oh, he's about to go away? Fine, I'll wait for my burst window, wait for him to land, then trigger, right? But no, it automatically triggers, and he flies away sometimes. Like, it triggered, I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I gotta get my burst in, and then he's disappeared. I have to wait for him to land before I can attack him again. And I actually got really lucky this time that he started that laser move, and that laser move, like, locked him in place. That laser move locked him in place, so I was able to get his health so fucking far down while he just kept trying to fucking attack me, that I was able to just, like, you know, and then the thing it spawned, that I had his core that spawned. Now, the bullshit thing is the core spawned, it also was a teleporting one, so I attacked it, and then mid-fucking burst animation, it had moved further away, but I was still able to kill it, and it also moved further away, but closer to where the boss was, so it's like, cool, I can go from there to the boss super quickly. Because, like, that was always a huge fucking waste of time, is that sometimes he throws his little buddies way far away, and you have to do a 360-degree look around the fucking arena to try to find it, which is obviously wasting seconds, then get to the fucking core, kill it, then run back to the fucking boss, which again is wasting seconds, and if you take too long, then it fucking does its, then it creates a little shield, just to add insult to injury. It's like, hey, you took too long, fuck you.
So overall, I would say Shenhe's was definitely better in that regard. The fight was fine. I do feel that the skill and burst stuff seemed to go by super quickly. It's like, oh yeah, if you have your skill and burst, you do fuckloads of damage and you destroy his shield. And I was actually worried that it wouldn't be clear enough which mode you should be, what attacks you should be doing, because it was like, oh, mode 1 does this, mode 2 does this. I'm like, okay, but how do I tell? But it's like, no, they flat out tell you. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So hers was okay. The most annoying thing about it is that, like, you put all the characters in weird spots. Like, so basically, if I was going to do this, I would have had Ayaka up top. Ayaka would have been up on the D-pad, Shenhe was left on the D-pad, and Chongyun would have been down. But the problem is when the way it fills a party automatically is player 1 is up, player 2 is left, player 3 is right, and player 4 is down. And you can't remap that shit. So it's basically, hey, so it's if you're in a 3-man party, if you're used to pressing down on the D-pad to get a character, it's going to do nothing. And what really sucks about that is that I can't change the party comp. I'm fucking and normally this doesn't matter, right? Because normally you're selecting 4 characters, and so who gives a shit, right? You can just you can select 4 characters, you can put them in the right slot, so you're just used to it. And I have like certain characters I put my mainline DPS is always up, my healer is always down, the support is usually to the left, and then like a sub support, like the one I use so as an example in my freeze team, if I pull with Skirk as an example, Skirk would be up, Fiorino would be left, Shenhe would be right, and Escoffier would be down. Because Shenhe's useful, but Fiorino is more important, so that's why she gets left, because it's easier to hit that on the D-pad. And so that's how I would do it for those type of things. But then when you give me a preformed party that's not full, so now I'm just used to preformed party where I can't decide the order of them. Like, if at the very least, if it let me decide the order, that would have been less of an issue. And then it just throws me right into it. And then I'm constantly fucking swapping, and I just keep getting fucking hit. Because even though I'm pressing the burst fucking button, I'm getting fucking hit. And I was like, what? Like, I pressed burst before you even started that attack. Why did you not do your burst? So there are definitely some button delay sometimes, which is frustrating, because then you get fucked and you're just getting frustrated. So I'd say the issue with Shenhe's one was just the fact that you're given a 3-man party, which is you literally never use a 3-man party, ever. Like, the second you get 4 characters, you use 4 characters. Like, you never use a 3-man party, so it just fucks up all your fucking muscle memory for swapping characters, especially when you can't pick the order your characters go in. So, I always have Ayaka up top, and so it's fucking annoying. But luckily, it wasn't super challenging. Even with that learning curve, when I was definitely making mistakes, so even making mistakes, I was still doing well. What really was fucking annoying was Raiden. And, I don't know, maybe I was making mistakes. That's really pretty, though. Maybe I was making mistakes, I could have been. I wasn't using, I do use Toma. I don't really use, Chevrolet. What was her name? Not Charlotte. Crap, what was her name? Chevreuse. I don't really use Chevreuse. I don't really use Chevreuse that much, but I know how to use her, so it's okay, that's fine. I use Toma a lot with my Arlecchino team. I never use Sarah. Literally never. Even when Raiden first came out and Sarah was on her banner, I never fucking used her. I built her, but I never used her, ever. Because I just don't like her. I don't like her playstyle. I don't like the idea that you have to press your skill and then do a charge shot. And it's one thing if it's your charge shot has to hit the enemy. That'd be one thing, right? Where it's okay, you just hit the enemy, right? No problem. But it's no, you have to hit the ground, because essentially it's going to create a buff on the ground that will buff you. And it's just why? Just give me the fucking buff, right? On skill usage, apply a buff to the team, right? Does a little bit of damage, hits you back, and then applies a buff, right? Like, the fact that you have to do a charge shot thing just fucking ruins your flow. Especially because, like, you don't know if she's going to insta-charge shot or if it's... In fact, yeah, what is the buff she gives? I think it was an attack buff, but... Oh, there she is. Yeah, like, I have her built. Kinda. Oh, man. I need to really go for more noblesse stats. Okay, so what does your talents do? This... Attack bonus. See, oh yeah, that was the other thing I absolutely hated about it. It's a 6-second attack buff. Like, what? You can get off like what was the duration of it? So it seems like basically when your thing is when Raiden's thing is about to come up, you're essentially the idea it seems is that what you're supposed to do. You're just supposed to do all your prep in between, and then do Sarah, do her skill, do her charge shot, get this 80%, 86% attack bonus. Yeah, so it's just like, so, and that's basically it. Okay, so it just makes it charge out super quick, so you don't have to wait too long. Oh, okay. So she's actually a little mini energy battery too. Okay, boost reverse. Boost reverse again. I see. So yeah, she's obviously really, really good. Obviously, if you can get that buff up, not only are you getting the ridiculous crit damage buff from being in that burst window, but she will provide 86% of her attack, which I'm not sure what it is because you can't look at the party members. I would assume her attack is around 2,000. So you get about 1,000 attack plus 60% crit damage, in addition to the 150 you're getting on that. So obviously, like, that's the play, right? You have Toma and Chevrus set up all the shit. You finish with Sarah, do her charge shot, then you go into Raiden and do her burst and then fuck shit up. That's the ideal rotation. But, like, whether you know how to play, like, so basically it relies on you needing to know a specific rotation and a very, very specific rotation. And it's a very tight rotation too, because you have 6 seconds of that buff. 6. Like, there's nothing in her constellations that increases it, and who knows, the trial characters might not even have constellations. Oh, actually, yeah, maybe that's true. Maybe there were no constellations. So that 60% crit damage buff might not even apply. But either way, it's a 6 second. Like, that's why I hated her so much, because it's such a pain in the ass, and it's such a fucking annoying thing to have to do in the middle of battle. Because it's not aim at the enemy, it's not aim at the ground, and you have to aim close enough at the ground so that because if you aim too far away, now so basically it blasts and creates an AoE, and you have to be within that AoE to get that buff. Which means you have to be aiming, so you have to be like, okay, cool, I did my skill, now I have to aim straight down so that I can be in the AoE and to get the buff. Which is like, why? Why? This is fucking stupid. Stop that. Like it's just annoying. Like, it's annoying for 6 seconds, you know? For a 6 second buff, it's way too fucking annoying. Like, it takes about half that amount of time to set it up, right? And it takes about 3 seconds to do skill, charge shot, aim at the ground, and for the thing to go off. So half the second, I mean, obviously the duration's after that, right? But I'm just saying, the preparation, the amount of time spent prepping this thing is about half the total duration of the buff itself, right? It's just fucking annoying. Like, I'd rather have a character that just provides a buff. I'd rather a Jillinan, which is like, yeah, you do her skill, and she provides a resistance reduction. That's it. You're just done. You don't need to do any extra shit. Zhongli, pop his shield, you give resistance reduction. Done. You know? Eula, it's like, yeah, if you do her, if you charge her skill and do a little sword blast, resistance reduction, like, it just applies. You know? It's just part of, like, it's part of a natural rotation. But, like, her doing a charge shot is not part of it. Like, no other bow user who's a support does something like this. You know? Like Mika just does his skill and fucks off. Like does his skill, does his burst, and fucks off. Fischl does her skill and fucks off. You know, she just is there, and her Oz will provide all the support. Like no other bow user is required to do their charge shot. You know, like for like sub DPS support. Like you have Diona, sure. You actually no, yeah, you don't need her charge shot. You hold down her skill to do shields, but like no charge shot. Like the only people who use charge shot are damage dealers. You know, Ganyu, Tignari, probably some others, I guess. Lenny, I guess. You know, like those are the only ones who do charge shot. She's the only sub DPS slash support that needs to do a charge shot as part of her rotation. Pretty much every other character is just like, no, you know, you just do your skill and fuck off. And I guess technically you could say Seto. Seto has So yeah, so now I have 2 keys. So I could actually get, you know, I could get Chi-Chi or Diluc, but that's the thing is that there's going to be a new month, you know, tomorrow, and so I'm going to be able to get another 2 set of keys, and maybe during Genshin's next patch, which is coming up soon. I think it's like in 2 weeks or so. They might introduce 2 more Envisioned Echoes. So hard to say. So I don't want to like. I don't want to. I mean, I definitely don't. I'm never going to use Diluc. I might use Chi-Chi, but like, I'd rather get a character I actually use. Like Raiden, I use all the fucking time. She's in my friendship team. So now it's nice to have a cool little effect. It's so pretty. Because Raiden and Yelan can kind of carry you for like dailies and stuff by themselves. So you can just have them do all the damage, and hey, maybe sometimes you can get a little bit of help from. Oh, I have more of those. You can get a little bit of help from any like character you also want to boost their friendship for, but you don't need it. Okay, so I want to do talents. So yeah, generally that was pretty annoying. Like, I don't know, try not. That means I can actually level up Skirk. Oh, wait. He's in my team. Just gonna search for her. Oh, I did make that 10. Okay. Oh, wait, I don't have enough of those. Fuck. Wait, what? Did I have to redeem Condensed Frozen? Oh no, yeah, it's not this menu, it's this menu. I need some. Oh wow, so I'm gonna. And then. I guess I'll just get one of these. I'm going to be using up a bunch. Because not only, because I mean I can't buy it now, but I will get her to 6-10-10. There's no point. Sometimes for characters I really like, I'll boost it 10-10-10 across the board, but usually I only do that if it like actually really benefits them. Like Raiden does do some auto attacks, not that many. And a significant portion of her damage does come from her skill, or her burst, really. But she does do some auto attacks every now and then. Shilinen, you kind of need her 10. Her basic attack can be useful if you're going DPS Shilinen. Basically, if you're in a Geo team and she's not actually filling up her gauge, and she'll just continuously do Geo attacks. So having that, actually, maybe that is still. Like her. Oh, actually, Navi, I should have leveled up a little more. This is where most of her damage comes from, but she's going to be on the field in the meantime, so I should probably level that up too. Like this, like she only does damage with her burst and skill, so there's nothing else to do.
I really just like Jean, and so I just wanted to level her up. Same for her. Like, I don't max out everything. I only do it if, one, I really like the character, or two, they actually have some use. Like, Shenhe's attack scaling, so I'm like, well, I might as well level her auto attack so that she can actually, like, it max... How the fuck did I get installation? Eula, is just, everything's good. Man, I mean, I really like her design. Same for Ganyu, too. And Ayaka. And I mean, I'll level them up if they're useful. Honestly, I probably didn't need to level up her basic max, but... She maxed out yet? No, she's not. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it. I just wanted to do those Envisioned Echoes. They were far more annoying than I thought. Raiden's one was especially stupid, where you have a fixed team. And so one thing I always hate time trials. So just the very concept of these things is already something I dislike. But the fact of the matter is that like it's very much like how in Spiral Abyss, they have these like you have to beat enemies on a timer, but then they just introduce enemies that have just like invulnerability phases or like phase transitions where it's like, yeah, you can't do anything in that. And in the open world, like when you're fighting them out and about in here, it doesn't really matter. Like you can just take your fucking time. So, well, and regardless, even when they go invulnerable and all that bullshit, it's still fucking annoying. It's annoying to have to deal with that shit because you're just wasting your time. It's just like, oh, cool, you can't attack him. Great, thank you for wasting my time. Thank you for giving him a few moments where he can't be attacked, so I can't end this early. You know, like you shouldn't do that, but it's whatever. But like in here, not only are you timed, but then you're given a boss that will disappear on occasion and randomly. It's not like a set pattern. Like as you saw, that laser thing, he never did the laser in any of his other attacks before. So I have no clue why he did it in this instance. Like maybe was my DPS low, and so he like maybe some parts of his like so obviously the break apart mechanic is triggered based on HP. But like, are other parts of his other attacks based on HP thresholds? And so was my damage too high in previous iterations? So I pushed past the laser threshold, and he started his next attack, or was my and so my damage was lower the first time, so I was able to get him to start that before I was able to then just destroy him. But yeah, so like, but he would disappear. He'd like fly up into the air, be basically invulnerable for like 5 seconds while he's gone, and you only have like 2 minutes, or is it 1 minute 20 seconds? Was it 1 minute 20 seconds, or it was 120 seconds? So you have 2 minutes to do this, but then he's like wasting time by like flying up in the air and being untargetable. Then when he splits apart, he's invulnerable while he is splitting, and he's invulnerable while like, he's invulnerable from that point on. When he starts to split, he's invulnerable until you beat his core. But his core, you don't even know which part is going to be the core until it starts glowing. Then you have to go and attack it. And then, as we saw from that one instance, like when the core just happened to be super fucking close to him, it was invulnerable still for a few seconds. Like it was like, oh look, it's glowing. It's showing the ring of glowing to indicate that this is going to be the core. And I was attacking it and did no fucking damage. So it's again just like huge amount of time wasting when you have a very short time frame to do everything. And then coupled on top of all that bullshit, the whole entire fight and the way you can beat the fight is by working your biggest damaging hits into that damage window. So you have to do all your not really all your big hitting attacks. It's Raiden's crit damage got boosted. So you have to do Raiden's biggest. You have to basically have Raiden's burst ready for that and prepped. So you have to have all your other characters who have done their skills and burst and done all their shit, and then have Sarah boost Raiden, and then Raiden basically do her burst right then and there. But as we saw, the guy can fly away at any time, and I did my burst when his core was open, but the core like jumped back, so I maybe missed some of my attacks. But luckily, it was close enough I was still able to attack it. So it was just like it was a huge fucking clusterfuck. It was an absolutely shit fight. But especially designing it around Sarah. Like, Sarah is such a gimmicky person who's literally the only fucking bow using DPS who actually does bow using support that does something like that.
She just holds her skill down and it automatically does it. She does charge shots. She just does her skill and just does basic attacks. She does not do any sort of basic attack at all. It's just her skill. She is useless, and no matter what she does, it's useless. He is DPS, where it's like he has some weird gimmicky mechanic too. So if he was, additionally, if he was chosen, I would say that's bullshit too. Like he has a gimmicky attack, as a different type of gimmicky attack, where it's like you consume your own energy to do a piercing charge shot. So it's kind of weird. His basic attacks are shit. It's just about his burst. It's all about his burst. I forget what she does actually. She has a burst, and I think she's about doing basic attacks. He's about charge shots. He's just about hitting his skill and doing basic attacks. He's just doing skill burst and getting off. Hers actually is similar actually to Sarah, I think. Well, no, not exactly. Hers is you do a charge shot and it creates a little mini swirl where it lands, and I think that's all it does. It's just a little bit of grouping, and I guess it swirls, right? So you can get a swirl reduction off of it, but you can get a swirl reaction off of any Anemo user. But I guess it's a slight AoE swirl. He's just a skill burst and get off. She's the only one who has this really ridiculous requirement, because if it was just a charge shot, that's fine, right? You can put her on the field and immediately go into charge shot. But no, she has to press her skill first, which is going to jump her back and change your camera perspective. So it's not even like you can start the field and know, okay, I'm getting on the field like this. It's like, no, whatever your camera is, she's going to be bouncing back a foot. So you have to be ready for that. It's just, she's very gimmicky, and it's like Setos. If Setos is ever put into a party companion for a time trial that tight, where you have to beat something in a few minutes, that's bullshit. It's like Seto is such a weird character to play, just like Sarah, that it's just really, really poor design. Can it be done? Yes. But it seemed like it was far more up to luck than anything else. I got super lucky, and he was in laser mode for 30 seconds, so allowing me to just fucking destroy him, so that was helpful. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.